everybody.
Welcome back.
I'm Gamer Becka.
I'm Gamer Lynn.
And we are 10
times
times 10.
So our second part of the podcast. Our second podcast, too.
Second part of the second episode of the second part. Wait.
2-2. Like Mario World.
Second part.
Second world, second level.
The second episode.
2-2.
Second part of the second
2-2.
episode.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep it in the realm of, what we deal with.
Anyways, let's jump on into this tang.
All right, what's our next topic?
Conventions.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, we have seen you wonderful people in our comment section of our SacAnime winner video.
One of our top videos.
Yes, our 1,000 or 1K video. Woo.
Our 1K video.
But yes, we have seen you lovely people down there in the comments talking about the SacAnime what is it, swap meet?
It was swap meet.
Yeah, the swap meet that's supposed to be happening in April. That's cool. I'm scared, but at the same time, it's like, it's cool.
Well, here's my issue with it, okay? So, because we're still under, like, pandemic kind of, like, protocol and stuff like that. But, as we can also see, too, America is
opening up and...
I wanted to say slowly open up, but actually it seems like we're going pretty fast in certain areas.
Yeah, that's true.
Eventually we have to open up. We can't stay like this forever.
I agree. But at the same time... Well, not but at the same time. Excuse me. Ignore the but. We miss you guys. We do. We really miss you guys. And I'm sure that everybody else misses going to conventions and being together and that sort of thing. If any... whenever we end up going to a convention, I know it's going to be... I feel like it's obviously going to look very different. I think it's going to feel very different as well. Right now, just personally, I feel like my mindset is I can no longer touch anyone. I will wave only and be very happy and excited to see you all. I can't hug. I love hugs, but I don't think I can hug people, at least for a while. And
I think that looks and feels a lot different, but still, it's an opportunity for us to, I don't know, be more conscious of each other.
Sure.
Safe spaces, sanitation, because I know there's some people out there that complained about certain people walking around a little stanky and stuff like that or whatever. So, I mean, be a little bit more conscious.
It's not expensive. Sorry.
Because even then, too, I don't mind some of you stanky ones, too, I don't mind some of y'all, It's just... there is a too close. You can get too close sometimes.
Oh my
but
God.
I can't wait until we get back to a safe spot where literally we can enjoy each other's cosplays. We can enjoy each other's conversations about our favorite shows, our favorite video games, our favorite cosplayers, our favorite cosplay outfits. I really miss even seeing some of your guys' cosplays.
Dude.
Man.
All you beautiful, talented people. I miss basking in the nerdiness. It's amazing.
What was it? A whole, 8 to 10 months of just no conventions at all?
Oh
and it's
gosh.
just
starved.
Yeah, it really... one thing we got lucky with was the Discord and
for D&D. Oh
D&D
my goodness.
and Roll20 and stuff like that. Even though that's still not the same.
If we did not have our D&D games,
artistically, we'd be so starved. Because that's literally been one of my only few outlets.
Yeah, other than video games, obviously.
Other than video games, of course.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's still been buying the minis.
Oh, yeah.
Still been buying the minis.
Slowly painting.
Yeah.
You would think, this whole thing of being, locked in or whatever, man, a lot of people got some painting done, didn't they? No, not really.
Well, because...
Done better. I've done better.
Well, most of us have been essential in these
yeah.
trying times. So
Yeah.
it's like you haven't had any time for anything other than sleep.
But anything, back on topic.
Yeah.
This is high hopes that we get to a place where I believe now too they're even saying like by 4th of July or something like that they're hopeful that people are able to gather again.
That would be so cool.
And I hope that is a good sign or a huge sign that conventions can resume again. Because I know there's a lot of conventions right now, particularly one E3. I know that convention is. I think they're going online. Virtually, because last year we didn't have one.
Yeah.
I think there was another one announced.
Yeah, because they had like a whole like summer of gaming type deal, like where there was like announcements like every week from like different companies, like gaming companies and whatnot, which was kind of hard to keep up with and plan for.
Yeah, so, my fear though with that is that this has affected conventions in a way to where like. Well, maybe because, some online conventions and things like that have been successful. Like, for instance, Gen Con, I guess, is... I don't know. That one still feels weird. It's like, I think it was successful, but even then, I don't think it was successful to the level that Gen Con is used to.
Oh, of course not. Oh, my gosh. It's like, they usually would take up blocks and blocks of, like, places that I'm like, the one thing, well, not even just the one thing, one of the few things that I love that conventions do for certain areas is pump up the, I guess, like...
The vendors?
Yeah, well, the vendors and then also the places around, like the eateries and, like, you know what I mean? Like, all the shops.
Well, basically vendors.
It's like jumping into the economy.
I mean, there's other conventions, too, that I have in mind that, no matter what, will not turn to being online or electronic and nothing like that. A convention like DragonCon. DragonCon is definitely a convention that has to be in person.
Yeah, like it depends on...
It depends on people being there and the area and stuff like that. DungeonCon, yeah. Well, DungeonCon, I still feel like can go electronic, like Roll20 and Astral and stuff like that. It can still do it. Sure. It won't be as good, and eventually we will want to get to where we're back in person.
Day of the Devs.
Day of the Devs.
Oh man, I mean technically, like they did have like an online event sort of, but it's like you can't be hands on with the games and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
like, in that way, it's like.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's certain conventions that has to have that.
Yeah.
That's why I say the DragonCon stuff like that.
Sure.
Day of the Devs was still successful in their own right because they were still able to showcase games and stuff like that. But like you're saying, there's a difference between showcasing a game and actually being there and being able to have it hands on. But you got to remember too that not everybody in the country has access to that.
Oh, that's true.
So that's why I think that's why conventions going forward will possibly, in the end, seeing the success that certain conventions can have with this avenue, will become a hybrid now. They will become more. See, that's why I was going with this. There's certain conventions that will always have to be in person. Sure. Your DragonCons, your DungeonCons, and stuff like that. Because that's where the fun, the experience, and everything you get from it happens. And people show up in numbers for it.
Yeah.
But there's certain conventions, too, that can not only do that as well, but also now enjoy success of, if we can broadcast at the same time too, or we can have the showcase, why not have best of both worlds?
Yeah. I guess that would probably be like maybe BlizzCon.
No, BlizzCon is another one that's best in person.
Best in person? Okay.
Like, it's still good that they have a showcase. Like, this last BlizzCon was not bad. It still has the potential to live in both worlds of having a broadcast or a showcase or something like that. But again, certain people you can go to, like our DM Matt could probably tell you that there's a difference between seeing it online and going to it in person.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Just like me personally, I think there's a big difference for E3. There's a big difference between seeing stuff showcased to you and stuff like that and going there. Here's an example of that.
Okay.
I think E3 is one of those you have to go to experience kind of thing.
Sure.
Even though people are now steadily making the argument that, you know what, it could just be a showcase. It could just all be online. Why do I have to go all the way there? And it's for a lot of people can share that or agree with me that have been, there's a showcase. There's a community. Even though, granted, sometimes too, even in my experience, the community is not all the way there to the point where it's like, you know, hey, I went with a bunch of... Well, technically, I went with a bunch of nerds, and we had the greatest of times.
Sure.
Did I go there and meet a bunch of nerds and stuff like that had the same, you know, here and there?
Oh, okay.
But I still say they were at a time a strong enough showcase to where the booths, the meeting the developers, meeting the board people, you know, not necessarily the showcase girls and nothing like that, even though some people go for that reason too. You know, I'm not going to knock what you like. You know, you like what you like. They were there for a reason.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, you know. But I feel like they could improve in that area too. And that's why I think that one turned a little sour on people. Either because they could never go or they went and they felt underwhelmed by it. Especially compared to how much it might cost them, how hard it is to get booking for hotel and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So, but I think that one really had, you know, for the enjoyment I personally had, there's a potential there. If they don't exploit it, if they don't try to empower that, then make it a showcase. But here's my other side of it. And that's why some people even make the argument that E3 might be dying because of it. I get the same experience from an online showcase that E3 could do from the Video Game Awards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can watch the Video Game Awards and get the same kind of pleasure and showcase. Because, I mean, they be showing premiere after premiere after premiere after premiere.
That is true.
They were showing me so many games where I was like, bro, I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm tired from the last one you showed me. Like... If I forget his name right now, I feel so bad too. Cause
is it the French guy?
Not the French guy. Oh God, he's hilarious. Like if you don't have him at every Video Game Awards show, something wrong. But no, the host.
Jeff Knightley.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Jeff Knightley.
Is it Jeff Knightley?
I think it's Jeff Knightley.
I think it's Knightley is right, but it's Jeff?
Yeah, because like it's spelled GEO.
Oh, that's why. That's always throws me off.
Yeah,
okay,
it's like a very interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, every time he was on the screen, like, hey, we got another premiere. It's like, oh my goodness,
again.
I'm full, bro. I'm full.
Make room for dessert.
Yeah. So you got a showcase already like that. E3 has to show how they're different. And I think that is the way they could do it. Go back to their roots of being a showcase that is not only made for just like, you know, one of the big businesses that E3 does is there's a lot of game developers also looking for deals, looking for publishers.
Well, it's the thing. It's like connections. Like, that's
looking
like
for
the
connections.
biggest thing for a lot of those things
So
is
you,
connect.
Yeah.
So
you could do the same thing with the video game community. Because, I mean, that's what people go there to spend on the big bucks to do anyways, is to be closer to their hobby. To be closer to the people who makes the video games that they love.
Yeah.
To get that closer to the insight on how good is this game going to be?
It's
Where
like
are they in the progress of it?
Possible job hunting type thing sometimes.
You can do all of it.
Yeah.
And you can make a big show of it.
Of course.
Because that's how you make yourself stand out different. That's what E3 used to be.
Yeah.
I think E3 is still that today. It's just now it's a lot harder between people who have not experienced and the people who are just done experiencing it.
Yeah, kind of like more jaded by it.
Two things you can't control, like a pandemic.
Sure.
But I say something like this, you can come back even stronger and better. I'm looking forward to the showcase that they have planned for online. Because I still think for E3 you need that.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I hope that they don't just adopt this and it becomes another, Nintendo Switch Direct. Yeah. Because literally, I don't need that. I love Nintendo Directs. I love the PlayStation State of Play and stuff like that. you know, Xbox has the equivalent of that, don't they?
Do they?
I forget what they call it. Sorry, Xbox. Sorry. I should be so much better than I am. I know I neglect you, Xbox. But then again, like, but I love you.
Oh, but I think PlayStation adopted their state of play before. No, Xbox did their.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nintendo was
Nintendo was obviously. It's like everybody copied Nintendo, but I do miss having them present, though.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like, I want you guys to be present. Yeah. I want you guys to...
Like, when's the next time we're going to have, like, the 3 juggernauts of the freaking, like, big game console
that was at the Video Game Awards show.
Yeah, I know. It's like, when are we going to see that again? Like, because, we don't have people wanting to come and...
Well, that's the problem. Like, we've preached before and stuff like that. Like, yes, I understand these are businesses and they're competing to the same market. Yeah. But they also forget, too, that the market can always grow. Yeah. And part of that is due to them being able to always be ambassadors and advertiser to the hobby. Yeah. By presenting that, yes, it's good to have competition. It's good for us to try to compete for your buck. Mm-hmm. To buy our platform,
but it's like
if you had a choice between the other
fans, man. But
I think though Xbox does a good job of that. Xbox and Nintendo are probably the best at actually doing that.
Like reaching out to their fan base and that sort of thing.
Well, not even just reaching out to the fan base; it's just contributing to the hobby.
Oh, sure.
Because you can see that there's a lot of
that's true. That is true.
Collaborations between the two.
Yeah,
there are a lot of them taking the stance of, hey, I know we're competing for your dollar, but we're also, too, love this hobby. Mm-hmm. Therefore, if you want cross-platform or...
Cross-play!
If you want cross-play, if you want, again, like we said in the last part, the first part of this podcast, if you want freaking... Actually, it goes out the window because I literally just thought about the Bethesda thing.
Oh no!
The cross argument to this, but okay, yeah, if you literally want GameStop, to stick around and stuff like that, we'll partner up with them, we'll work with them. Yeah, we want this hobby to thrive.
Yes,
and it's not to say that Sony doesn't do any of those things. I'm pretty sure
they just have their own way.
They have their own way, which is probably very busy, savvy. Business savvy and very,
structured, I guess.
I won't say structured. I want to say bottom line. Because again, it's really hard to say these things because these are businesses and they have to have those business mindsets. Otherwise, they lose the big game and then they're gone forever. We've seen that happen with Sega and all that stuff like that. Even though I think Sega was very competitive too. It was just, the way the chips fall sometimes.
Sure.
But at the same time too, though, you still have to do those things that Sony has to do as far as having those really good exclusives. Just as much as Xbox has to do those things like purchasing studios to try to get competitive with being exclusive or the exclusive video games.
$8 billion.
Sometimes it costs that. Especially when you're late to the game. That's the whole problem. Mm-hmm. Is that literally Xbox One could have did way better if they would have developed way more exclusives or figured out a way to get developments.
Xbox One or the Series X?
I think, no, Xbox Series X is about to have that opportunity now. Okay. And that shows with the acquiring of Bethesda. Okay. Because even though I'm pretty sure Bethesda...
So the last console generation.
Last console, yeah. Xbox One. In the Xbox S. Wherever you want to... Yeah. That wasn't as competitive because you didn't have as many exclusives where Sony was just knocking them out.
Sure.
One after the next. But I don't think that's going to be the same story this year. Because... You never see nobody say that about Nintendo because Nintendo always has its exclusive.
Oh, of course.
You rarely see Mario on somebody else's platform.
You will never see Mario on anybody else's platform.
Hasn't it been done before?
No.
Wasn't it like some kind
of
like
you seen
Olympic game or something?
On Wii?
Okay, but I think it came across the other platforms too, didn't it?
I don't know. I have to
Actually,
look that up.
I gotta look that up now.
As I'm like, to my knowledge, I have never seen Link or Mario.
I know Link. I think I've seen Mario on somebody else before.
On PlayStation or Xbox.
I could be wrong. It might have been an emulator or something like that. Maybe that's what's confusing me. But yeah, Nintendo always, no matter what, you ain't gonna never
them on luck.
You never going to see Mario being the puppet being puppeteered by another company.
Oh, of course not.
If he's on another thing, it's because it's them playing together or playing some kind of ends to a means. I think that what it was like Dead Rising on Xbox. The main character could wear a Mario outfit or something like that.
Oh, it wasn't actually. Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure when things like that happen, they have to go to Nintendo. Go, yo, can we do this? Come on, man, it'd be really cool.
Sure, but you have never seen the actual character. Like, there's obviously been nods in different video games that we've played and whatnot, but it's like you never see the actual character.
Yeah,
like
I still want to say there was an Olympic game,
like Sonic and Mario or something.
Yeah.
I swear
I could be totally wrong.
The only I'm pretty sure it was like the multi-platformed on Wii and Switch or something like that. Like, no, seriously,
you're probably right.
I'm pretty sure, or something like that. So
you're probably right.
But anyways,
yeah.
I think the last thing we wanted to talk about was the new games that we've been playing.
Oh yes. So. Man, it's been a lot because
I played and completed Spiritfarer and it made me cry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
It made me cry. Play the game.
Okay. So Spiritfarer, if you don't like crying, this ain't the game for you.
So basically, without completely spoiling anything, the general premise of the game is basically coming to terms with death in a really beautifully crafted, like, kind of spiritual world, essentially. It's really cool. It's awesome. From those of you who've seen like the trailers and stuff for it, like you're obviously like on a boat and like kind of ferrying everybody to like from place to place type thing. So there's like different islands that you discover, different other characters that you discover. You have your main characters that you kind of pick up and whatnot, and they each have their stories and their connections to, people, places, things, whatever, and whatnot. And it's like you just kind of play out their way of accepting going away. So it's just like, it's very emotional. It's wonderful. The music is incredible. The gameplay is really, really fun. I played it on PC, on Steam. And it wasn't bad, because normally I like to stick to controller controls and whatnot, but I was able to actually play it through with the keys, the AWSD-ness. Yeah. But it's beautiful, and I highly recommend. So.
Okay. Let's see here, because the problem with me is I like to dibble and dabble in between games and stuff like that. So one game I've been playing a lot of lately is Civilization 6 with its latest expansion packs, which offers a little bit of uniqueness to the game. It doesn't really like rewrite the game at all or renew the kind of like the flavor of the game. It's still that whole feeling of taking one more turn to try and advance your civilization, to overcome your adversaries, your rivals, or even to create diplomatic alliances. But they have now unique modes in the game to where it kind of like makes it multiple ways you can win the game now or achieve certain goals. For example, there's apocalypse mode, which basically turns the weather system from gathering storms all the way up to 4. You're constantly having some kind of disaster happen and stuff like that in some part of the world that affects like either your city or soldiers or scouts that you're sending out and about to discover things. And even then too, it kind of makes it like a doomsday clock. Like, yo, we gotta pray or do this kind of like contribution to try to please the gods or please whatever's out there, Mother Nature, to keep it from trying to destroy us outright, kind of thing. Another mode that I like actually really well is the secret societies, which basically brings in some of the whole lore things of like comic book, fantasy, and even the real world. Like, for example, there is a owl cult, which I don't know if that's a throw at
the Court of Owls.
Court of Owls for the Batman series.
That's awesome.
Or even into, I think there's a real actual like lore or theory that there is something similar to the Court of Owls that's either kind of like a contribute to the Illuminati or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Another one is a Cthulhu kind of like cult. Another one is a vampire cult. So
classics.
Yeah, you use these cults and their mechanisms to help you create units or unique tiles or unique buildings or wonders.
And that's all in Civ?
Yeah, it's in Civ.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a expansion that hasn't been really popular because I think it got like a really mixed review and a mixed reaction on Steam.
Sure.
But it's one that I like. I think I agree with one reviewer on there that again, name escapes me, but he basically said that it's not a bad expansion pack. It's just very small tuning to the game to help you want to replay it or re-experience it if you haven't played it in a while, but it's just not worth the price that they sell it for. Like, if you can get it on a deal or if they make it cheaper, it'd definitely be something worthwhile, especially if you're a Civ fan. And I've been a Civ fan for a very long time. I think I played almost every single one of them except for the first one.
Awesome. Oh gosh. Stardew Valley. I have 100 and something hours on there. Like 100, gosh, I want to say like 50 or 60 hours on Stardew Valley. It's kind of embarrassing, but
no, I mean that's a very popular game that I see people all the time going back to.
Fun.
Now that one was a gift to you.
It was a gift. Thank you, Miguel. Yeah, it's fantastic, and I love it. I love it so much, and like everybody has like their own little story and stuff. It's so adorable. It's wonderful. I love it. I love it so much. I feel like I've been gravitating toward more comfy games, being more of a comfy gamer lately. I mean, obviously, like sometimes I'll be like, I want to shoot something and everything, and then we'll play like Borderlands or whatever. But yeah, I've been just on my own. I've just kind of been gravitating to more of like the comfy games, and I feel like that's like a comfy game to play. Obviously, like there's like different places that you can go where it's like, all right, you have a thirst for combat, cool, go down to the mines and slay some monsters, try not to die, all that good stuff. And of course, if you die, then they take your things. Well, not all of them, but it's fun. I like it. There's like a little adventurers guild too that's like run by these like old guys. It's great. I love it, and just it's so charming and cute, and you can marry people, and it's adorable. You can have a family. You can also like get rid of your family and divorce people. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Like, there's so many layers.
It's like a second life or something.
It's crazy. Like, it's Yeah, so it's like there's some characters that are not romanceable, but there's a lot of options, like guy and girl. So
okay,
yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
See,
What's yours?
Again, because I dabble so much. But one that's actually starting to get me hooked is the Survivalist.
Me too.
Like
that's a both of us game.
I got that one on a deal, and I think it was on Steam first, but I ended up getting it on the console on the PS4.
Didn't we watch Splattercat play it first, and then we were like, yeah, we want to pick it up. So thanks, Splattercat.
Yeah, big shout out to you. Man, I love everything you do, man. Like, definitely, I thought I really wanted to get into the gimmick that you do. Yeah. And I'm happy that I didn't, because you do it so much better.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Seriously. We are members of the Nerd Castle. What? So, yeah, thank you so much, Splattercat. If you guys don't know who he is
Look
fantastic.
Him up,
He's
watch
great.
him, subscribe.
You need, like, just like a little 30-minute, 28-minute deep look into, like, the world of indie games, something to play. That's the guy. That's the guy.
And he plays them well too.
He does.
He might sometimes say like he's playing terrible, he's having a bad day, or nah. This dude's a pro gamer.
Showcases everything so well. Like, and
describes everything so well.
So
and
nice.
Humorous. And
he is.
If you're lucky in the video, the dude ain't got too bad of a singing voice. I be hearing you, my boy.
Really?
I be hearing you.
So yeah. Shout out to Splattercat. So yeah, Survivalist. Much fun. So much fun.
So basically, you're just wrecked on an island and you're doing everything to try to survive. I think that eventually the goal is to get off the island or get rescued, but basically, in meantime, you're getting help by some monkeys who basically are doing the whole monkey see, monkey do thing with you, who you can empower with tools, weapons.
Yep.
And as they watch you do it, or they get practice doing it, they, and
yeah, they'll level up in skill and that sort of thing, which I think is hilarious, because it's like when you do it, you don't level up or anything.
You don't level up or anything.
You do everything at the same speed. Like,
and you complain about it, like, man, where my monkeys at? I can't get getting my monkey to do this.
Speech bubble that comes up, it's hilarious. But yeah, it's like the monkeys end up doing everything so much faster all the time. Yeah, so it's fantastic. But it's really fun. I've done a lot of exploring, which is really funny because like our play styles are so different.
So different.
So different.
I am such the builder.
Yes.
And my problem is too, I like my character actually doing the building. I usually just have like my monkeys either be my harvesters or my fighters.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, you build this thing faster, you do it. And then I'm like, I want to get back to exploring. And it's the same way in Minecraft too. Like,
I build the base.
Oh my gosh.
She goes explore.
Yep. It's like any sort of sandbox game. Like he's like usually a builder, and I'm like,
I'm building walls.
I'm gonna fill out the map so we know exactly where to go, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get.
Cool, you go get that. Yep. Make sure you give me a bunch of cobblestone.
Yeah, it's like
I got walls to build.
It's fantastic. Yeah, so that's one that we've wanted to play together. Unfortunately, it doesn't have couch co-op. Yeah, it's just an online co-op and whatnot. So I mean,
all right, between me and you, developers, okay, and business people that make video games, what happened? Like, I know online is such a big deal and it's a beautiful thing and stuff like that, but man, I have a wife who I love playing video games with. Can you please start making more local multiplayer games? Please, or make it an option. I don't know. Whatever happened to that option? I
know, because I'm like, we used to have that all the time.
All the time.
Like, was it?
That's all you had.
PS1, PS2. I mean, all of the Nintendo.
And I get it. The money's into getting as many people as you can to get buying these systems and stuff like that. But man, we ain't rich. Or even then too, if you want me to start complaining about this, how about y'all send me a console, and I'll shut up about it. How about that deal? I'll make you that deal.
Wait. Send a console or a copy of the game.
You have to buy my silence.
Wait a second. No.
What you gonna do?
Anyways, Gosh, what's another one? I've been playing Melody of Memory because I love Kingdom Hearts and it's wonderful and I love Kingdom Hearts.
I had to get that one for her.
So I wasn't actually super excited about that game, like when it got announced and everything, because it was like, oh, it's a music game. I was like, okay, I guess. Yeah. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, this is so much fun.
I knew she. So probably not. I didn't know that it was going to be that style of a game. Yeah. Because again, I'm not. Ever since I played Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1, I was down for it, even though I still don't. I can't remember if that one had an aerial level in that one or not. I think it did.
I think every one of them
does. I always hated the aerial. Even seeing aerial levels and stuff like that, I just cringed. Like,
because it's all musical.
Oh. Really? Ugh. But 2 just turned me off from the series. Because, again, y'all should have learned from Metal Gear Solid. You can't bait and switch me with another dude.
Oh.
I didn't chose. Sora's my dude.
He's mad.
Therefore, it's ride or die with Sora.
He's mad he had to play as Roxas.
Who is Roxas? And then you convoluted the story so... You know what? I can't do this right now. I'll take over the whole video.
It's okay.
I'll take over the whole video.
It's okay. Anyways, Melody of Memory is wonderful. If you want to know, actually, it's probably the best summary of all of the games in the series and what happens that I have seen, at least from a Kingdom Hearts standpoint. So it's like literally putting every single event in order, introducing you to all of the different characters and whatnot, all the main characters anyways, main important characters. And yeah, it's really cool. And like you literally, as you play through, you get to see what was happening, who was doing what, and how things end up coming together in the very end. So I would recommend, actually, for anyone who is super confused and really just wants to know what the heck has been happening in the story, as far as like summaries go and whatnot, before completely jumping in, this is actually a really good game to do it. Also, if you really like rhythm games, and it's really fun, and it's pretty intuitive, I would think. The learning curve wasn't huge. It was a little wonky at first, mostly because I had to remember like which thingies did what, basically. But it's like once you figure out, it's like, okay, cool, what button does what and that sort of thing. It's good. And if you have rhythm, it's good too. Or if you aren't able to, like match up circles, then it's good. And anyways. I also feel like it's been simple-ish for me going through it, because I think most of the songs I've gotten like an A or higher in, because I actually know the songs and I know what's coming up in the orchestration, like listening to it and whatnot, and then like hitting the notes and whatever. But it's actually pretty clever the way that they kind of orchestrate like the different levels to keep it fresh, so it doesn't feel...
I like the simple and clean that she got. I'm waiting for the Face My Fears to drop when she starts playing through whatever, because it's like I'll be playing Civ and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I'll be up here like, when you walk away, you won't hear me say please. And then the meme.
I know. Oh baby.
I'm down for that, and I'm like, where that Face My Fears at?
But yes, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
We are so happy to be back.
Yep.
This is awesome. I hope you guys like all of the artwork that we have.
We got tired of doing the backdrop, so we figured like, okay, let's make our thing more presentable, clean up a little bit, and we'll just open up a little bit.
Yeah,
less work for us.
Showcase some of this stuff, man.
Showcase some of our nerdiness.
So that way we're not in the darkness.
I know. Always just black background. We're going to probably spoof this up a little bit more, too, because, again, we're reworking a lot of things in our space.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
But,
we hope you like.
Yeah. Quite so. But, let us know in the comments what you guys have been up to while we've been away and whatnot. Let us know any games that you think that we should check out.
Really, I love video game suggestions.
Please. Because
I like to tell you how wrong you are.
Wait, no. Anyways, but yes, like, comment, subscribe, all the good things. Share.
Click on the bell.
Bells.
Is the bell still there?
The bell's still there.
Okay.
The bell's always there.
I thought 2021 might have got rid of
Rid of the bell. Nope, it's still there. So yeah, and we'll see you guys
in the next video.
Yeah. I'm Gamer Becka.
I'm Gamer Lynn.
And we want you to keep it
100.
Bye-bye. I got Appa on my shirt.
What? Magnificent Bidoof!